Hey, this is Gecko Mayhem. This is another Godforge video. There's been some discussion recently about the balance between summon rates and RNG. That discussion has centered around how much control players should have over the heroes in their roster. Look, I get why people care about targeted pulls. Nobody wants to feel helpless when they're spending resources in the hope of getting something useful. But there's also a danger when giving players too much control. If a player is given the power to get exactly what they want too easily, a summon system starts to lose its identity, the very thing that makes it exciting to begin with. It's okay to use your summon stones and not get the hero you're hoping for. That randomness is part of the appeal of a game like Godforge. It's still okay so long as players are given the long-term tools to stop bad luck from feeling like an insurmountable obstacle. From what we've seen so far, Godforge looks closer to the balance between control and chaos than people might be giving it credit for. Randomness gives summon systems tension and long-term replay value. Gacha games like Godforge are designed to be played over a long period of time. So even if you spend money or save resources to improve your chances, it's still healthy in the long run for the system to keep some uncertainty. If you could target a certain hero after a short grind every time, summoning would lose its luster and the game would lose part of what makes it fun. Other games in this genre have fallen flat when players are effectively handed something powerful, or when there's an expectation that a certain hero will arrive at a fixed point no matter what. A summon system needs enough uncertainty to keep the dopamine hits coming. That doesn't mean pure chaos. It just means there still has to be a real sense that something exciting could happen when you commit your resources. Systems that let you get what you want too easily deflate the emotional payoff of pulling a great hero. Once summoning becomes purely transactional, you may as well just build up resources and buy what you want when you want it. And that's far from healthy for the longevity of a game like this. Games that constantly guarantee you X hero can fall flat and stop producing those dopamine hits these games are built around. Once you remove the thrill of getting something amazing at an unexpected moment, you dampen the overall feeling of excitement and reduce summoning to just another task. Too much targeting can be a trap. Control sounds good on paper, but in practice it often makes the system less exciting. This is where Godforge seems to be doing something sensible. We've been shown this a few times. A visible pity system where players can track how far they are from a guaranteed legendary. The team has also said that pull rates are slightly better than other games in this genre, while still keeping the same broad style of summoning economy. According to the pity system, there's a guaranteed epic after 20 ancestral or eternal pulls, and a guaranteed legendary after 200. And on each account, the first flawless summon will give players a guaranteed legendary. And for the first ancestral summon, a guaranteed epic, Brynhild. Called it, by the way. That matters because bad luck protection is not there to remove excitement. It's there to stop dry spells from giving players a sense of utter hopelessness. I've raised this in another video, but the lowest tier mortal stones have a chance to pull an epic or even a legendary. This is pretty cool because it means some players are going to get ultra lucky. Pulling a legendary from a mortal stone will feel like winning the lottery. When I look at the system, it doesn't feel like complete randomness, and it doesn't feel overly controlled either. What it does feel like is a system that's trying to preserve excitement, and still give players enough structure to plan around bad luck. The ecosystem may be one of the smartest parts of Godforge's summon economy. One of the biggest frustrations in gacha games is that you can pull an amazing hero and then struggle to build that hero over time. In Godforge, duplicates matter. They unlock major upgrades through Awakening, which means they add real long-term value to an account. And beyond that, duplicates can still remain useful. Once a hero is fully awakened, duplicates can be turned into imprints, adding extra value to weapons and creating more build possibilities across your account. That's what makes echoes so useful. Each time you summon, you gain echo fragments, and those fragments can be used to work towards another copy of a legendary you already own. That gives even free-to-play and low-spend players a long-term path towards awakenings and imprints. A functional dupe system like this is a pretty big deal. In some games, duplicates feel wasteful or completely random. In Godforge, they have a defined purpose, and echoes give players a way to pursue them over time. This is the kind of system I would rather see than in-your-face targeting. Instead of removing uncertainty from summoning altogether, Godforge gives players a long-term, structured way to progress the heroes they already own. Whatever Fateless ends up calling them, special events that let players work towards a guaranteed hero can absolutely have a place in a game like Godforge. Fusion-style events can be something to look forward to if they supplement the summon economy and integrate well with the rest of the game. They can encourage players to plan ahead and give them a reason to save resources for something meaningful. Fusions also create a talking point for the community. However, any type of targeted hero event like a fusion needs to be handled with care. If they become too frequent, or if players start feeling like fusions are mandatory for account progression, they stop feeling special. At that point, progression starts to feel a bit like duty instead of discovery. This is a line that Fateless needs to tread carefully. A guaranteed hero event should never be the backbone of a game like Godforge. These special events work best when they feel like account planning moments. Something special and deliberate that brings the community together around a fun and exciting opportunity. If fusions become the only realistic way for free-to-play or low-spend players to make meaningful progress, there is something wrong with the wider summoning system. The real question shouldn't be, can I guarantee a specific hero? It should be, does the system respect my time? It should also ask, does it soften my bad luck? And does summoning create that feeling of excitement every time I pop a stone? That's a much healthier way of looking at this. In a game like Godforge, the goal shouldn't be total control. Too much control usually kills the thrill. The goal should also not be complete chaos, where players feel like they have no hope whatsoever that their efforts will lead to something meaningful. The sweet spot is somewhere in the middle. You want a system where luck still matters, exciting moments still happen, bad luck is softened over time, and long-term progress is still possible without removing the thrill of the chase. That's what makes a summon system feel alive rather than mechanical. And from what we've seen so far, Godforge seems to be trying to achieve exactly that kind of balance. There's a saying, you think you do, but you don't.
You think you do, but you don't.
As exciting as it sounds to guarantee players specific heroes, that's not what games like this need. You don't want a system where everyone just gets everything on demand. That makes fun fall flat. You also don't want complete chaos, where nobody knows when or if they're ever going to get something meaningful for the effort they've put in. The best summon system strikes a balance between the two. Most people want a system where luck matters, but progress is not completely dependent on luck. That's the sweet spot. And from what we've seen so far, Godforge looks like it may well be on the right track. I'm Gecko Mayhem, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one.